Well, hello there and welcome back to my channel. This is Kathleen Shattuck and you are watching Soul Level Healing and Guidance. Thank you for returning, my current subscribers, and if you are new, hello and welcome. My name is Kathleen and I am a psychic medium. I am an energy healer, shaman, and I'm a way shower and guide to an awakening humanity. And I come on here to do intuitive readings. I do full moon and new moon readings, and I also try to teach a little bit too. And today I'm coming on to do your full moon in Capricorn reading that is happening on July 3rd. This reading and the energy of this reading is going to be good for the next few weeks until we hit the new moon phase going on later in July. I wanted to actually come on and do a brief bit of study, a little bit of defense against the dark arts. I have been encountering a lot of narcissism within my client base collective. They have been dealing with narcissists. I, on a personal level, have been also dealing with some narcissism. And I know that means you guys who are watching this, who I haven't maybe seen in a while, or you're just coming across this, you might be also having some narcissism happen in your life. And you're wondering, well, how, I can go to therapy for this. There's a lot of studying I can do, but how do I spiritually defend myself against narcissistic abuse and narcissistic attack? Well, today I'm going to teach you a few of the tools that are in my toolbox and how I deal with these dark energies, how I stay protected, and you can too, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So one thing about narcissists is that they are an energy vampire. A narcissistic individual lacks empathy and very much lacks love and any sort of light. Their heart space is literally like a black hole and a void. And so they're constantly seeking fulfillment and satisfaction and trying to fill a hole that can never be filled, trying to be fulfilled in something they know they can never be satisfied in. It's this constant, coming from a constant source of lack. And this is where the narcissist finds someone like you, someone who is an empath, someone who is a light worker, someone who is probably meant to be a healer in some way. They find someone like you and they latch on and they drain your light. And once you have a narcissist latched on and in your life, there is a series of phases that will follow this narcissistic patterning. One is the love bombing. They will make you feel like you're the most beautiful person in the world, your most amazing thing that they've ever seen or ever met, and it's this huge display of love and affection. And after that phase comes the devaluation. And this is where they make you feel like, you might have a little competition, or they might start to triangulate with another, if it's a woman, perhaps they will find another male that they are trying to, get you jealous, okay? And next they will actually discard you and dump you for that other person. And then they will come hoovering back around. And so it's this cycle, and the more times you allow this to continue and you let the narcissist back into your life, the more tentacles and attachments that their entity possession starts putting onto you. So yes, a narcissistic person is possessed by an entity, more than likely a lower astral entity like a shadow person, but it certainly can be higher level than this. They could actually go as far as having a full-blown demonic attachment. And when you're dealing with somebody on that level, it can get very dangerous and even life-threatening. These entities can make you sick. They can even kill if they are given enough enough room to do that. They will sicken and make people die. It has happened, especially dealing with a demonic entity. These entities are the definition of putrescence. They are unclean spirits. They have never been human, and they latch onto human beings who do inhumane things. And so the two kind of coexist. It's like a parasitic infection that the narcissist carries, a spiritual parasitic infection. And so when you have married something like this, or you have a boyfriend that's like this, or you have a parent or a father that's like this, what do you do? How do you defend yourself? Well, one is having obvious physical boundaries. Make sure that your physical safety is always number one, that you have stopped contact if this is possible, and gone what is termed gray rock. Okay, gray rock is where you completely cut off all contact, and no matter what the narcissist does, tries to contact you or throw at you in any way through other people, you do not make any, you don't give them any recognition. Okay, so this doesn't mean running from the narcissist, but it does mean blocking all access points and not reacting under any circumstances to all of the noise that they're making. Narcissists love to make noise. They love to cause drama and start things, and they love to start eruptions, and they are literally agents of chaos, and they love nothing more because they're miserable inside and unfulfilled inside, so they have to bring other people down with them, and especially people they feel they own or control or should own and control in some way. That's when you will see stalkers happen, and people getting stalked for years on end. I myself am the victim of that, and it's certainly unnerving, but it just goes to show how strong that entity attachment is on the person, and that is really what drives this kind of psychotic behavior that can be exhibited by the narcissist. So I really wanted to come on here and just let you know, if you are going through this, one, I have been there. Okay, I'm sitting right where you may be sitting. Okay, I was left broken and shattered with nothing by a narcissist, and that narcissist still continues to this day to try to destroy me. But the thing is I stopped giving him my power. When I went gray rock, that changed everything. I stopped reacting, and that's when I started healing. And I started educating myself on narcissism to find out what in the heck kind of creature am I dealing with here. And once I learned about how they operate and what their MO is, essentially, I was able to really look at the situation in a much different way. And I actually feel a lot of, I'm not going to say I feel sorry for my narcissist, but I do have empathy for my narcissist, and I feel sad that, they still sit in anger and refuse to heal. But I chose to heal and move on with my life, and you can too. And so I'm here to teach you how to heal and recover from narcissism. So number one is you've got to make sure you're physically safe. Okay, once all of your physical needs are met with dealing with the narcissist and no contact has been established, the next thing you want to do is spiritually start closing the doors. And the number one thing I recommend for a narcissist, or cutting things off with a narcissist, is a cord cutting. Okay, a cord cutting involves cutting the etheric cords that are growing between you and that person. We all naturally form etheric cords when we are dealing with anyone, and this is a very normal way that human beings communicate. But sometimes those cords can be become warped and twisted. The communication can become not good. And so what you want to do is cut it off, and so a new one can grow. The idea with a cord cutting is that you're cutting off, it's no different than taking off a diseased leaf off of a plant, so a new one, a fresh, healthy one can grow. And so when you cut the cord with a narcissist, you're also cutting the cord to their entity attachment. And that is actually very important part, because if you do not, if they have an entity attachment, which if they are a narcissist, I can guarantee you they have an entity attachment. If you don't do a cord cutting, that entity can visit you in your home. It has access to you still. It can enter your dreams, and there's a whole number of things that can happen. It can sicken you. It can use you to draw power. So, you know, think of the let's just, for example, say a young mother is getting divorced from an abusive, narcissistic man. They have a young child together. And so she is, while battling the court case that he's fighting her on, she's also taking the child for visits. There's a lot of interaction going on. Without a cord cutting, that entity is still going to be able to manipulate and actually start using the cords as strings to try to pull her back in. Okay, so you've got to cut the strings to this because it can get very serious. So number one is cord cutting, okay? And you can ask your angels to cut the cords for you. You can also do a candle ritual where you have a candle that represents them and a candle that's you, and you tie a string to each candle, and you do a ceremony where you cut it and you burn them down, okay? I'll try to include something like that in the description, maybe a little cord cutting ceremony, if any of you want to try that. I also perform cord cuttings as a part of my healing service. Cord cuttings an add-on service you can add to anything that you do with me. So that's a thought. But doing it yourself too is very empowering. I always recommend that you take charge of your own energy and your own power, and take your power back. Okay, so do a cord cutting, do a little ritual. Okay, and the next thing that we use in our psychic defense against narcissists is going to be some crystals I brought out to show you here. Let me get my glasses on. Okay, this here is a piece of black obsidian. Obsidian is a volcanic glass, and it's very, very powerful and potent in fighting against darkness. You definitely want to be using obsidian and holding it on your person, and even sweeping your aura, okay? Starting from top to bottom, take your piece of obsidian and just give yourself a nice wipe down on your head and your crown, all of your chakra points going all the way down to your root. Wipe your aura down with the crystal, okay? You can do the same thing with a smoky quartz. A smoky quartz can actually cut cords. If you feel like the cord between you and the person that's the narcissist lays in the heart, you can actually just take your crystal and imagine that it is a sword and see it cutting. Just strike it down like it's a sword and cut the cord with the actual crystal. You can use a selenite wand to cut cords as well, and you can run that over your aura. That is actually going to wipe your aura clean. So that's another great recommendation for cord cutting. And this is what I use when I do cord cuttings. I combine this with Reiki, the energy healing. Okay, that's what I use in my practice. And a couple other things that are good tools against narcissists. Okay, a few more crystals here. This is a raw chunk of black tourmaline. Black tourmaline is a really powerful tool to have on your tool belt for dealing with dark energies and dark entities. This will absorb the negative energy around you, keep it in your pocket, and cleanse this about every 2 weeks to every month. You'll know when your tourmaline needs to be cleansed, when it feels heavy when you pick it up, and also after you've been holding it for a little while, you start feeling like you're in a bad mood. That means the black tourmaline needs to be cleansed, okay? And how do you cleanse it? You run it under cool running water, and then you let it sit in the windowsill for 24 hours. Just give it a nice rest. You could also bury it in dirt and then, for a day, and then bring it back out and rinse it off. They like that too. Okay, and your next defense, okay? We really need to stay grounded when we are dealing with a narcissist and they have just, maybe we've just had an episode with our narcissist or stalker or a very vampiric person. We've had an encounter and we're rattled by that. We're rattled by the encounter. We're rattled by the incident, whatever it is. We're starting to become, a little emotionally erupted by their actions. Okay, when you start feeling like you're getting in a emotionally reactive state because of the other person, that is a huge clue that their entity is trying to feed on you. It's trying to rile you up and stir your emotions so it can feed on you through the cords that are attached from your ex, okay, or relative or whoever that the narcissist is. So that's a clue. When you start feeling like you're getting worked up, that's when you need to go and grab you some hematite. Okay, you need to hold on to some hematite, hold it in your hands, put it in your pockets, put it in your lady pockets. Okay, I use my lady pockets a lot for crystals because it allows the crystal to sit up against my skin. Okay, I especially recommend hematite magnets. These are not only going to protect you from the negative energy, they're going to pull you down into your body and ground you. And so when we are fully present in our body and we are in a grounded state, there is no room for anything to try to penetrate our aura and come in. So in other words, when you are grounded into your body energetically, you are more powerful and more easily able to keep negative energy out of your field. Okay, so I hope that makes some sense for you there. Now, that's it for the crystals. There are certainly some other things. Of course, smudging yourself is very good. I recommend that if you are dealing with someone toxic like this and have to deal with them on a, semi-regular basis, you should probably be smudging once a week, no less than every 2 weeks. Okay. You should be smudging with sage, or you can also use, I don't like sage that much, as you guys know. I like my frankincense resin and myrrh. Frankincense and myrrh together, these resins are really, really good. And they provide a lot of smoke and a lot of protection against the darkness. Especially if they've been in your house. If you've had a person like this in your home, you definitely want to smudge afterwards. Okay, and you can also find frankincense in an oil form. Okay, this is the distilled oil frankincense. You can take some drops of this and put it in a spray bottle and just go spray the room. If you are smoke sensitive or you have kids and pets that you can't be smoking up the house, just put this in a spray bottle. I would also recommend that you use salt on your carpet. Sprinkle salt down, let it sit for 24 hours, and then vacuum it up. Take that salt and bring it outside. That's another way you can clear your energy in your home after dealing with a narcissistic vampire. Also Palo Santos oil. Okay, this one's really good. I get this one on eBay, and it's just like a little home distillery that they have, and it's 100% steam distilled essential oil. And another good one to use is cedar oil. This is not talked about enough. Cedar, actually burning cedar or using cedar oil is very, very potent. And also, I have a tiny bit left. You can barely see the label. It's some dragon's blood oil. These are all really good tools that you can use to kind of keep away. Now with the oils, you can put them in some water and make a, you know, a spray bottle, okay? You can also dab some of the oil on your finger, and you can anoint the walls, you can anoint the doorways, you can anoint the front door with a, you know, whatever symbol means protection to you. For me, it's the, you know, it's the 5-pointed star, okay, or the 7-pointed star. I also like to use the cross. I'm not a Christian, but I do work with Ascended Master Jesus. And yeah, pick whatever symbol has a meaning to you, has a protective meaning to you, and use it. Dab your finger in the oil and then make the marking upon your front doorway so that everyone who enters there must, you know, go under the symbol, have it, you know, set it up so it can wash away. Like, say for example, write a cross on your front doorway, and as you're putting the cross with the oil, think in your mind, I anoint this doorway that only good people can enter here. Only light can pass through this doorway, you know, and then say whatever, you know, blessing you feel intuitively guided. These are ways to ward your home. Now, speaking of warding, okay, and anointing, you can also do this on your body. And I do this every single day. I take frankincense oil and I dab it on my finger, okay, just like that. And I put a star. I go earth, wind, fire, water, spirit. I am safe, shielded, and protected in all ways, always. I say that every day. And I put a star on my crown, and I put a star on the bottom of each foot, okay? And that is my way of magical warding. And I also go a step further. I will even draw a triangle, a triangle here at one shoulder and an upside down triangle on my other shoulder. And that represents alchemy, and that I am transmuting darkness into light, okay? So these are a few of the things that I do to kind of ward off the darkness. This is spiritual hygiene. Of course, you can take a salt bath, especially if you have had an encounter with the narcissist. Definitely go and take a shower, get, you know, cleaning your aura off as soon as possible. The idea is to block the access and to cleanse your energy. And you know, make sure all cords are cut and that there is no communication happening in the 3D or in the spiritual. And that is how we deal with narcissists. So I hope you guys enjoyed this part of the video. Now we're going to go ahead and get into some readings. We're going to be reading for 2 different groups of you, and this is going to be for your full moon reading that's happening July 3rd, 2023. This is the Capricorn moon. And so I'm going to do a combination today of some tarot, and then we're going to pull a few oracle cards too, just to see, you know, what's going on in the energies. The narcissist has been in the energies. So that's what I felt needed to be talked about right up front with this video. And I hope that you guys are doing okay out there. My heart is with you. If you are struggling and going through this, just know that you aren't alone. I want you to know that help is here. Your angels are here. Your guides are here. And they want you to stand up for yourself and fight. And, you know, it's time to put this all behind you, to put it in the past, and to finally let the light in your life and let the healing begin. Okay, so this reading is going to be for those of you that chose the Morgan Greer deck. So let's go ahead and call in all of the angels, guides, and ascended masters for this reading for the full moon in Capricorn happening on July 3rd, 2023. This is group 1, angels, the group that chose the Morgan Greer. What can we tell them for this new moon or full moon energy, please? What do they need to know? Okay, we got the Magician in reverse, guys. Okay, so you are having some blockages here in your manifestation is what I'm getting. Nothing is moving, nothing's going forward. You are, yeah, you're just kind of getting burned out and you're not sure what to do. Some of you feel very, very frustrated, like you're just ready to give up on spirituality altogether. I'm getting for someone out there, but know that you need to realize that right when things seem most difficult, that's usually when you are having a breakthrough. Okay, so I want you to get out of, I'm just going to say it, the victim mentality, okay, and feeling like you've lost, okay? You need to cut it out because you're almost there. You're just like you're right there and you can't even see it. Okay, so I want you to like back up a little bit and really start examining where things are going in your life. There's something that you're not seeing here. There's some blockage in your life that it's like you are blocking yourself. It's not the outside world blocking you, it's you blocking you. And this is because you're having a bit of an immature attitude and possibly even an argument with someone. This could also be concerning a child, okay? The situation involving the blockages could involve a child, okay? For some of you out there, this would be a son or a male energy. These are harsh words that are spoken, so I think there is some block in communication with the child. And okay, and we're also getting the Nine of Cups in the reverse position. Okay, and the Nine of Cups in the reverse position indicates some complacency. This is total comfort zone, okay? And so how you're going to push past this blockage in manifestation is, guess what? You have got to get out of your comfort zone. You need to push past the barriers and you need to forge ahead with your sword of truth here, okay? Some of you need to have a talk with your son and get things straightened out with your boy. For others of you, this is about like going after your goals and your dreams, and you've got to have courage right now and be willing to get out of your comfort zone in order to achieve the things that you want to achieve. All right, and I know that most of you watching this are definitely star seeds, and I'm feeling to pull from the star seed oracle for you today. This is by a woman named Rebecca Campbell. This is the star seed oracle. Okay, these are really, really great cards. These cards kind of tend to call you out, and that's exactly what I'm doing for you today. So you are welcome. All right, angels and guides, what do we have for our Morgan Greer group, please? What do they need to know for this full moon in Capricorn? Capricorn, of course, is all about getting to work. Okay, Capricorn does not mess around. Okay, you have gotten the blue flame. This says spontaneous awakening, activation, and integration time. Okay, activation and integration time can be extremely difficult while it is transformative. When you have an activation and everybody else around you is asleep, guess what happens? You get pretty lonely pretty quick because once you activate to your star seed awakening, everything suddenly changes and you can find yourself kind of a stranger in a strange land, and everyone around you doesn't know what the hell you're talking about. They think you've lost your mind. You're going crazy. It's like you start really realizing like the gap that is, spreading between you, perhaps your family, your friends, people you once related to. You're not really relating to them in the same way anymore. And so that's what this card is about, the blue flame. And we're going to go ahead and read that now. And just let me find it. I think it's under the blue flame. Okay, that's going to be on page 40 for us here. Okay, here. So I'm going to hold this up and you can look at it while I'm reading it. Okay, it says, this is a card of awakening and energetic upgrades. Perhaps you're going through a period of spontaneous awakening, receiving visions and having experiences that are out of the ordinary. In the West, little is known about the process of spontaneous awakening, and it can feel very scary when we're going through it alone. Elsewhere, they can be seen as auspicious experiences, with those going through them being treated with tender care. The blue beings are thought to be activating beings with great potential for healing and upgrading our cellular structures. They appear in moments of extreme awakening, activating the physical kundalini, awakening, and deep cellular DNA healing. Many people glamorize the awakening process. However, in reality, it's much messier and more difficult than most of us believe. We must first let go of what we think we know for sure and how we make sense of the world, and that is not easy. The awakening process, even when spontaneous, takes a considerable amount of time to integrate. An awakening without integration can leave us feeling very, very ungrounded. If you are in the midst of an awakening process, treat this time as deeply sacred and give yourself ample space to ground and integrate the extreme changes you are going through. And the mantra for this card is, I allow myself to surrender to the awakening process that's right for me. I take things slowly and integrate my experience each and every day. Okay, so integration is very important. And so when you're going through an awakening and everything just kind of explodes, you start seeking that knowledge and you're like, oh, it's kind of like floating on that pink cloud once you have, realized that you have a spiritual mission and you're kind of finding your way there. It can be very exciting, but it can also be very ungrounding. And so if you aren't taking time to spend time in reality as much time as you spend in spirituality, you've got to have that balance, because if you don't, you're going to find yourself getting blocked, and you're going to have blockages like this where you become so ungrounded you block your root. Okay, I see red, orange, and yellow here. So this group of you, I really want you guys to be working on your lower 3 chakras and working on grounding. Okay, that is your homework. And also, you need to kind of go within and find out where those blockages are. And I want you to understand that anything that has been triggering you lately has been a guide to what needs to still be healed within you. Okay? All right, so thank you so much, and I'll be right back with the next part of. Okay, and welcome back. Thank you for returning and hanging in there. Okay, we just finished up with that Morgan Greer, and now we're going to the next set of you, those of you that chose the Rider-Waite deck. So let's go ahead and call in your angels, your guides, ascended masters, guardians, ancestors, and totem spirits. Join us now as we dive into my second group of the collective. Let's find out what they need to know for this full moon in Capricorn happening on July 3rd. All right. And let's go ahead and begin. What do they need to know, please? Angels, guides, what does my group need to know? Ooh, la la, okay. Number 1, we have the 9 of Pentacles. Okay, so the 9 of Pentacles is always my independent, self-sustaining, self-sufficient, confident businesswoman. This is a woman who is standing on her own 2 feet, and she is sitting in bounty. She's sitting in abundance, and blessings. Everything she touches turns to gold, okay? This woman is also considered the minor arcana empress. So it can also indicate a very fertile time in your life where things are bountiful, things are going really, really good, especially financially, and you are feeling very abundant. Now, there's something else that came in here too, and that is going to be the Four of Cups. We've got the Four of Cups, and I'm really feeling like with this card here, I feel like there's something that Spirit's trying to get your attention with, but you're not. It's like, nope, I'm not going to talk about it. I'm refusing to look at it right now. And this is causing a big blockage in your throat chakra. Okay, so there's something that's either not being communicated, or it's being purposely kind of stifled or kind of shoved down. Something that you're not ready to talk about, and it's something maybe about love, okay? I'm feeling this has to do with some messages somebody's been getting, perhaps somebody that's been single for a long time, and you're starting to get some messages about love. And you're getting messages from Spirit, but you're like refusing to look at it. Okay, there's a stubborn energy I'm feeling here. All right, and let's see what else came out. Okay, you've got the World. Okay, so whatever this is, I kind of feel like it might be about love and maybe about dating, putting yourself back out there. You need to be really careful about the kind of pulls that you get towards people, because that is indicating that you've got a karmic cycle trying to repeat in your life. Do you really want to go back around that karmic cycle again? I feel for some of you, you know this person. For others of you, this is someone new that you are considering. You are getting some red flags, I feel, and you're not listening, and you're about to repeat another karmic cycle unless you start listening and make some of the changes, because that cycle needs to end. You guys also had the Death card come out. This is a card of Scorpio, but it also is a card of endings, okay, and transformation. The Death card is the Phoenix. So there's something that needs to be let go of here, I'm feeling, for this this group of you. You have something very karmic here that you are not listening to Spirit about. There is some karma that is doomed to repeat itself unless you are able to kind of rein yourself in here. Okay, so it's time. This is very serious. And if you do not graduate and pass the test, you're going to go back around for another, I believe it's 27,000 year cycle. You will be, recycled if you do not ascend in this lifetime. So I really want you guys to, try to aim high, okay? And I'm not saying you guys are doing anything, unsavory, but there's some low energy there. So I really want you guys to examine, well, what am I what am I still sitting in that I could maybe be doing a little bit better, okay? How am I eating, okay? How am I, what am I doing? What are my daily habits? I feel like the answers are there, okay? And that maybe someone also needs to get themselves out of their head and get out of the house more. I'm feeling like somebody is just kind of sitting in a stuck, kind of almost a pouting type of energy. So it's time to get unstuck, to have some spiritual Drano, unclog our drains and get moving and get back up there and get going in the business of life again and start enjoying some of that abundance around you. I feel like whatever's happening around you it's affecting your ability to enjoy the abundance. It's like, well, what good is this abundance if I don't have someone to share it with? But I can promise you, nobody's going to be worth going back down another karmic cycle, okay? So it's really important to listen to your spirit guides when they're trying to tell you something is over, it's done, no going back. Okay, that's for somebody out there. All right, and let's see what this deck, this is the Starseed Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. Okay, there's the box there. Beautiful set. I love these colors. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what you guys got. We got the Golden Children. It says inner child, tenderness, innocence, and rare gifts. Okay, Golden Child. So let's go ahead and read that out of the booklet now. The Golden Child. And let's see what page that's going to be on. Page 70. All right, here we go. The Golden Child. Golden Children. It says, golden children, or children of the sun, are highly advanced, extremely intelligent souls who are incarnating increasingly on planet Earth. They have little or no personal karma and possess incredible gifts and intuitive abilities. Golden children are born with a very clear mission. Many remember it from a young age and begin answering and sharing it early in life. Due to their unique intelligence, they may find themselves easily bored at school. Most have never incarnated on Earth before, and so, if they're not supported in the right ways, they struggle with physical life here. They're often referred to as the new humans. If you pull this card, it may be a sign you're being called to mother, father, or nurture a child. You may be called to tend to your own inner child, a creative idea or project, or a new beginning. And I'm seeing that Page of Swords. To treat your, from the other reading, sorry, to give you a chance to grow and reach adulthood, encourage them, water them, see the garden grow, see the world through the innocence of a child, to see yourself and all others as innocent children, to remember that deep down, everyone is trying their best. And if they're treated with a tender heart, they'll not harden as they journey through this great adventure called life. And the mantra for this card is asking yourself this: how can you treat yourself and others more tenderly? How can you have more love and compassion for yourself? So this is the lesson of the Golden Children. So, wow, yeah, there is a tenderness, and I think there's something in your reading here. Now, I did see this a bit reflected. So for those of you that are watching both readings, there's something in this card for the other group I read for, the group that had the Morgan Greer deck. I'm feeling something there for you. But for this group of you that chose the Rider-Waite, I feel like this is saying, you know, you've never been human before. You need to go easy on yourself. And I think you need to realize how innocent you truly are, how innocent your soul is. And so, you know, it's like you're trying everything new for the first time. It's just like you're a baby. And so, of course, you know, when you love, you're going to fall really hard for somebody, and it's going to be really hard for you to let go. I would imagine you have a very hard time with change. You have a hard time with trying new things and kind of like, you know, get set in your ways about things. But the thing is that you've got to have some flexibility. And if you want to start enjoying that abundance, you need to just go out and enjoy it. And that partner that you're wanting to share it with will come. Okay, but you've got to start listening to the signs that Spirit is trying to give you. Okay, and let go of this pouty attitude, and especially let go and keep that door closed on whoever this is from your past trying to come back. Okay, only bad can happen from it. Okay, that's a karmic cycle trying to come back at you. Please close the door and nail it shut. All right, that is your advice from Kathleen and from them. So I hope you enjoyed your reading. I hope you got some answers and some fulfillment from this session today. And I want to thank you all for watching my channel and supporting me here. And I want to thank all of my wonderful clients and friends who continue to see me and support me. Of course, I'm working solely out of my home studio now in Port Orchard, and I couldn't be happier. This is such a beautiful sanctuary. It's a place that anybody can come and feel relaxed and heal. It's private, and it's just such a nurturing, blissful place to be. So I encourage you, if you have not been out to my Port Orchard location, please come make an appointment. Come out here and see me. We're able to do much deeper work, and yeah, I get to do things my way out here. So hope to see you out here soon, and I hope that you all are doing well. I know that we've had some very difficult energies, so if you need me, I'm here, and I will continue to put more videos out here so that you guys can, you know, hopefully get some answers that you need, get some healing, and you know, find some ways and some tools that you can use yourself to, you know, help you feel better and get your energies, you know, clean and clear. It's really important that we take spiritual hygiene seriously, and especially if we've been dealing with narcissistic vampires. Okay, these people are the worst, and they really can do some damage. They can poke holes in our aura, rip our aura, tear our aura, drain our energy like a battery. And so it's really good to know some tools to use and things to do and how you can stop this. So remember what I said. I'll try to put a few links in the description for you about smudging, and I'll try to include some things about crystals, maybe in the intro of this video, so you guys can kind of write that down. And the essential oil list I will include too. So until I see you again, please take good care, and I'm here if you need me. All my information's in the description box. Oh, and be sure to give this video a like. I'd appreciate it. Thanks so much, guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.